Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Six of Stones, Exploitation. And we seen this a couple days ago, and I'm very aware of patterns. And one of the things that comes up on this is, before it was, we're just talking about resources, and here it comes up again right after that Queen of Vessels, the Salmon. And she's self-sacrificing herself, as she's moving up to the river, getting back to that place of birth so she can lay eggs again. Okay, and this queen she's very wise. All right, she's wise in the in the realm of emotions and psychic ability, and just a caring, loving queen that's going to give you the opportunity to succeed. And then the Six of Stones, Exploitation, comes up again, twice in 3 days. And this is the overuse of resources that can cause an imbalance. And that imbalance, what that does is that just, think about it. You have a resource. Let's say you're at a job, job site, and that job site is supposed to produce widgets, okay, and you have the perfect process to produce widgets. All right, yes, there's some maintenance going along to make sure that the machinery that makes the widgets continues to run. But if there's a simple snag within that machinery that's damaging the widgets, it's going to give you a bad part. Okay. And then, if you know that there's an issue there, and you have that bad part, why not fix the maintenance issue that's causing it? Because what you've done is you've wasted all those parts that could have been salvaged into good stuff if you would have fixed something right the first time. You've wasted time. You've wasted manpower. You've wasted the resources to make that widget, instead of just fixing the problem when it comes along. The other piece of that is now maybe you're behind. Okay, now you're going to have to waste more resources paying people to stay over, maybe work overtime on a weekend. Okay, you're wasting their resources because you didn't do something right the first time. And it's no different than in any industry. If you do it right the first time, you won't waste the resources. Resources, to me, is time and money. Okay? You've wasted time and you've cost yourself money. And then you're going to you're going to cost yourself more money in trying to, fix or repair the parts that you have, the rework. That's a waste of resources. Identify the problem, fix the problem, then get on with, creating good parts. Yes, you might be behind a little bit, but that's all right. At least you're producing good parts. You're not producing rework. With many years in the automotive industry, in manufacturing, we've gone through a lot of classes around Lean Six Sigma and just lean technologies and lean methodologies. And, in every class that, they talked about, make a good part first. If something goes wrong, fix the problem. And that could be in shipping, that can be in logistics, that could be in storing, it could be in handling, it could be in the materials coming in. But if you check everything first, you're not going to waste those resources. You're not going to waste people's time. You're not going to waste, the manufacturing of the pieces that come in to make those widgets. Okay, because now you've got to bring in more parts. You've got to, maybe this is stamped someplace else, those widgets. And, and you're just assembling them. Now that you've got bad parts, that stamping place has got to create more parts for you. Maybe they have the resources, maybe they don't. But, it's misusing the resources. And to me, that's bad. That's bad management, bad leadership, because you're not identifying the problem. All you're doing is, you're working to get quantity and not quality. And people want quality nowadays. They understand, quantity is a piece of it, But you can't misuse those resources, because time and money, you can't replace them. You can't replace the people that, spent all that time making that stuff. All right? You can't be cost effective if you're spending money on overtime, and more parts. Because now that cost for that widget, instead of being $1, might be $2. And now you've just lowered your margin. Okay? So, I talked the other day about, the exploitation of planet's resources and the exploitation of, people using your resources bad. We all have resources that we can rely on, that we can call. Hey, I have a problem. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop my manufacturing process and I'm going to fix the problem, because right now it's producing too many bad parts. I need to fix this right now. Take a leadership stance and say, you know what? We need to stop. We need to fix it so we can get back on track. But, making those decisions is scary. Okay? And it's kind of, on that flawed belief system of, being entitled. Do I have the entitlement to stop this process? Am I entitled to make the right decisions, that doesn't waste time, doesn't waste money, doesn't waste resources? We see what's going on in the world today with, financial, health, education, government systems. Everything breaks down. And then we lose faith in what's going on. The workers that are sitting in that, making that widget, they're going, we've told you guys there's this problem going on. But yet you continue to make, bad widgets. It's discouraging. It lets people down, because, a lot of people take pride in what they do. And if they, that voice isn't heard, even though it's voice, they just look at it and go, you know what? It's their problem. I don't care. I can pass these widgets all day long. It doesn't make a difference to me. Lowers the morale. Okay? Because their voice wasn't heard. It lessens the respect of your leadership, of your management team. So we need to be aware of, the worldly exploitation, that's out there. So one, we don't lose sight of what's important to us, time and money. When I get my time back, I enjoy it. I don't like wasting money. Most recently, you know what? I do most of my billing online. And recently I had a bill come due, and I typed in, the numbers that I needed to type in, and all of a sudden I got another bill that was twice as much. And the response was, yeah, I kicked back because the bank wouldn't accept it because it was missing a digit. That was on my error. It cost me twice. And I was mad. That was a waste of my time, for one, for putting it in because I thought I did it right. And two, an extra $30. I didn't like that. That's $30 I could have spent someplace else. That was a waste of my resources. So if you take the time to do it right the first time, you don't have to worry about, losing your time or losing resources. And if you can teach that to others, that's even better, because now you've given them another opportunity on that skill set. All right, and our children don't have to suffer if you pass that on to generation. So that's looking at that card today. Within the spread, again, this has come up the last 2 out of 3 days. The Queen of Vessels in between it, and the Green Woman's ahead of it. So here, you've got this nurturing ability, to look at it and say, could there be a better way of doing this moving forward? Can we save some time? Can we save some money by, pointing out the issues or the problems in the process? That's today's message. That's Six of Stones, exploitation. It hits home. This is I've changed the characters in this story, but it hits home because, exploitation of resources in a manufacturing industry, takes time away from people that are in the manufacturing process, and it's wasteful on your resources for finances. You've doubled up on it. So that's today's message. That's Six of Stones, exploitation. I hope you understand it. Leave your comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless, and stay safe, everybody.